up, y'all? It's me, Erica, and we are down here. Peace, y'all. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. Okay, what's up, everybody? It's me, Erica, and we are down here to talk about some hot topics, some trending topics on the blogs. Okay, so Megan Good, that's what we left off on the other one. So we starting off where we left off. Megan Good is breaking her silence from the Jasmine brand. Megan Good is breaking her silence, opening up about the very delicate moment in her personal life. Earlier this year, the 40-year-old actress and her 43-year-old husband, Devon Franklin, announced their split. Devon, who is an executive for Columbia Pictures and Seventh-day Adventist preacher, and Megan, an actress, became engaged early in April 2012 and were married on June 16th, 2012. The pair were married for 9 years and had no children. She tells XO Nicole about their split. Throughout life, I've always approached relationships as understanding that at some point they will get to a place that they're going to, and then they will be over. I've always had an attitude of like, all right, next chapter, we'll see what's next, and being okay with that and appreciating what you give to someone and what they give to you and sharing a moment in time and in life that you never get back regardless of how it ends. Megan notes that this time is different. In my situation right now, it's a little bit different because I thought that would be the last time that I would be doing that. And I thought I would be doing this with this man forever. She called her divorce from Devon the most painful thing that I've experienced in my life. And while she's been in the process since August of 2021, she's still optimistic about what life has to offer. I'm still optimistic. I'm still hopeful for the future. Maybe this isn't the chapter, but I just feel that it's my next act in life, and I trust God. Not everything makes sense to me right now, but I do trust God overall, and I'm excited to see what's in the next act of life is going to be and what God has in store. And that's all I can really do. But even in doing that, I do have gratitude and so much joy in my heart for these past 11 years with Devon and I have had together. What he's given into my life and what I've been able to give him is just everything. Well, that's good. And that's good, even though it was hard for her to do it. That's good that, she feels like that ending it. You know what I'm saying? Like everything starts off good and a lot of the times it doesn't end well. So it seems like it was like, I'm sure it hurts, but to come to a realization like, okay, this is over. Like we got to move on. We cannot hold on to this. And I think it's healthy to come into an understanding. I also think it's responsible to come into an understanding that something is over and not try to fight for it. That fighting for relationship stuff, I just don't. What? I don't understand it. So when you get to a point where you're like, you know what? It's over. It's over with. It's hard because you got to grieve. It's like a death. It's a death of a relationship, and you got to grieve and you got to cry about it and all that stuff. And then you get up and move on and be thankful. Like I was telling Diva the other day, the last relationship that I was in, I'm thankful for it because I learned a lot about myself. When I tell you I learned so much about myself. And then you also learn when you go back. I don't know if anybody else does this, but I do. Maybe because I'm an overthinker. But I go back and I watch the relationship with a projector. I sit in my chair and I put the projector on and I watch the relationship. Do you know what I mean? That's just I'm giving you a visual. I don't really have a projector with my relationships on it, but I step outside of the relationship and I look at everything from the very beginning. All the things that I complained about. Okay, so at the beginning when you saw that, did you ignore it? What did you do? What would you have done differently, right? As you approach the relationship? Because sometimes you'd be like, I wish I never met that mom. You know what I'm saying? But what did you learn from that? You learned about another human being and how they behave, right? And so now when you see it again, you're able to identify, okay, this looks familiar and I didn't like it the last time. And you have to be responsible enough and accountable in yourself enough to be like, I don't want that no matter what he looks like and what he has to offer. This feeling that I'm getting from this is not, I remember this, and honor that, right? Because you remember and you learn and you grow, and you knew you didn't want that. And so you see it again, and what you do, you keep walking into it. No, that's like the video game analogy that I use. You're watching all these women play the video game. You're watching all of us when we're telling you about our experiences, when we're telling you about the things that we've observed other women, our friends, our mothers, the women in our family. We're telling you, we're showing you. While there will be some who will be like, you know what? I'm going to go that way. Even though I saw every single woman who went that way fall off the cliff, I'm going to still go that way. There will be those, but there will be those who will come to that point in the game and be like, you know what? I remember when Erica said something about this. I remember when Tanya TKO said something about this. I remember when Cynthia G said something about this. I remember when Yanni said something. I remember what they said. And I'm going to go the other way. No matter how fine he is, no matter how big his dick is, girl, we already see what the is doing for the community. Absolutely nothing but a bunch of fatherless homes. That's it. So when you see and hear us tell you, because I think a lot of times the way I speak, y'all probably may think that I've had a lot of relationship experience, but I'm not the really relationship that's not my thing. It never been my thing. I've tried it, right? I tried it, and I've tried it enough to know that that is not the thing for me, right? I've tried it enough to the point where I'm like, it's not my thing. I don't know either. I don't know how to do it. The people that I'm falling in line with, but I haven't had really, I've had normal experiences in relationships, men lying, right? Lying, the narcissist, you know what I'm saying? But for me, I haven't been in too many relationships. That's why I said, the other day, it's you don't assume that a person's chronological age has anything to do with their amount of relationship experience. I don't want that. I've always been like that. But then you find somebody, you're like, oh, okay, I'll try it. And then you go through it, and whatever it is, that how it looks. And then when it's done, you sit back, you're crying, you're upset, and you're mad or whatever. But then you're like, what did I learn from that? What did I learn about myself from that? What did I learn about how men relate to women? What did I see? And then you actually have to take account of that and store it so that you know when you're able to identify it when it comes again. It doesn't help to ignore. It doesn't help to ignore red flags. It doesn't. And you have to listen to that. And you have to honor those signs that are telling you, don't go there. How you feel in your body, the things the person said. Listen to people, how they talk to you. Listen to them. Just listen. You'll learn so much. You learn a lot from your relationship. So I'm happy that it's not like, fuck that motherfucker, Megan Good. And it seems like they just came to an end for whatever reason. I'm sure we'll find out later what it is. Like Common, why are women, I wonder if Tiffany Haddish thought that maybe she's type of, like, did she think that Common was going to propose marriage to her? Maybe Tiffany Haddish is not the marriage person. Like every woman in a relationship, that's another thing. Every woman in a relationship is not looking for marriage. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Some people just want to be in long-term relationships. They like having long-term companions, right? And they don't want to be married. And that's to each their own. But there are a lot of women, a lot of Black women, when I'm looking in digital spaces, they want to be married. They want to be married. So I wonder, like with a person like Common, who does his thing in the city, in the community, and the women keep dating him. Do these women think that they are going to be different? Like Cynthia, do, do you think you are going to be different when nothing in the restaurant has changed? And honestly, why should the restaurant make any changes? People keep coming in despite the reviews, despite what the people look like when they coming out of the relationship. Y'all still going in there. But they tell you, girl, never mind, honey. Never mind. Rob Kardashian says Blac Chyna pointed a gun at him and threatened his life in a lawsuit citing physical and emotional abuse. The Jasmine brand. What happens when reality TV gold becomes real life trauma? The drama between Rob and Blac Chyna may have drawn in a solid viewership in the okay, let me start all over. What happens on reality? What? The drama between Rob Kardashian and Blac Chyna may have drawn in a solid viewership in the past, but now Robert Kardashian is making some very serious real life claims against the mother of his child. The ex couple has a long and documented history of conflict between them, but seem to have relatively, girl, I can't read, seem to have been relatively quiet as of late. However, according to Radar Online, Rob Kardashian is now accusing Blac Chyna of making threats against his life. The dynastic reality star is currently engaged in a legal battle, which includes accusations from 2016 claiming that Blac Chyna attempted to strangle him with an iPhone charging cable and struck him with a metal pole during a stay at Kylie Jenner's home. Despite Blac Chyna's denial of all claims, Rob Kardashian formally launched a lawsuit against his child's mother for battery following the alleged incident. Blac Chyna has also separately filed a suit against Rob and his family, citing claims that Kim, Khloe, Kris, and Kylie all plotted to have her show Rob and Chyna canceled. Girl, what you think? What you think was gonna happen? Girl, we run this shit. What? Girl, let me tell you something. Ever since Angela went down there and before marrying Rob, went down to the courthouse to try to trademark Angela Kardashian, that's where you fucked it. You got too happy. You hustled that bag back fucking words. Do you hear me? You hustled it backwards. I was like, who taught her anything? Girl, what? Why would you go down there and start filing paperwork for a trademark to a last name and you haven't even legally been tied to this person? That just shows what your motivation was, really, to me. And you out there doing whatever you're doing, you and this lady's son are doing whatever y'all are doing. You don't think she's gonna turn around and be like, cut it. You need to cut it, girl. Trial proceedings are scheduled to begin February and April of this year. Rob Kardashian is requesting that the last two trials be consolidated due to the fact that the witnesses to both suits are the same. Blac Chyna has opposed this request, citing the consolidating would confuse jurors. Members of the Kardashian-Jenner family are expected to take the stand on Rob's behalf. This includes Kris Jenner's longtime boyfriend, Corey Gamble, who previously wrote a declaration regarding the accusations of Blac Chyna's behavior. Honey, Corey said, I'm going to be the only Black. Me and Tristan, we going to be the only Blacks over here. Eating, getting full, honey. I wonder what Corey and his hips is over there doing to Kris. I wonder. We ain't heard no story about him. He's like, I'm gonna be a good nigga. I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm gonna go against everything that comes against them. I'm a Blac Chyna. Y'all need me to write something on Blac Chyna. Corey and his hips, honey. Let's see what else is on. Megan Good. Oh, did y'all hear about the secrets of Playboy? Hugh Hefner's former playmates allege that he was abusive. Says he once forced a girl to perform oral sex on a German Shepherd. This is from Ents on Site. It says a 10-part series about Hugh Hefner's Playboy empire titled Secrets of Playboy, airing Monday on A&E, has revealed some terrifying secrets that have left many women reliving horrifying moments. Alexandra Dean, the director of the documentary, said that she didn't realize the stories told by these women would be so gruesome. Ooh, as she expected her experience cultivating the documentary to be a fun but kind of lightweight. However, after hearing these untold stories about the women Hefner has abused, she admitted the experience became super critical. Dean interviewed more than a dozen playmates who became lovers of Hefner. Mansion employees, corporate executives were also interviewed. The women featured in the docuseries discuss Hefner's weekly gatherings. The festivities include VIP regulars such as Bill Cosby, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Tony Curtis, and Wilt Chamberlain. During Girls Next Door, Holly Madison interviewed, she mentioned that Hefner refused to wear condoms amid orgies. She detailed the first time she was forced to participate in an orgy, saying, I never expected to be the first person to have sex that night or to be pushed into it. PJ Matson, a previous Playboy Bunny mother, says she witnessed Hefner force Linda Lovelace, a porn star, to having oral sex with a German Shepherd. She was drunk and drugged. They got her so messed up that they made her give a German Shepherd oral sex. Chandra Theodore, 65, Hefner's ex-girlfriend, admitted to him being a predator. She told the Post that certain things in the documentary triggered her. She noted, I felt bad that I did not stand up to Hef about the stuff he did, but I couldn't. I'd been silenced. For the last 10 years, I've been trying to get my story out. I mean, what did you think? I've been to the Playboy Mansion before for a party. What did you think? What did you think that this man, you didn't think that Hugh Hefner was abusive? A lot of people, I don't want to blame victims, but I feel like the first time you were forced to have an orgy with this old ass crypt keeper who doesn't want to wear a condom, you should have left. Like, this ain't for me. I'm sure there's hundreds of girls who were like, baby, I'm not doing this. We not playing these games with Hugh Hefner. I don't give a damn. But when you're in survival mode, it's like, what do? You just stay there. You just be doing things and turn around and say you was forced to do it. And then you stay. Have a television show. Holly. What's the other girl? Kendra. She had a television show. The one that was married to the guy wasn't he what's his name? The guy that Kendra was, he played baseball or something. He was a professional athlete. I can't remember the guy that she was married to. But didn't it come out that he was like cheating on her with a trans girl? I believe. Hey Siri, who is a Playboy bunny Kendra? Because I don't remember her last name. Kendra Wilkinson. Okay, Basket. That was his name. Basket. Hank Basket. Yeah, she divorced him. Okay, he was professional Virgo, professional American wide receiver who played National Football League for Minnesota Vikings, the Eagles, and the Colts. Yeah, I believe that that's part of the reason why they broke up, because he was messing around with the girls. Yep, and they had their own show, I remember. Kendra on Top. Remember that show? Yeah, you have to know a lot of these girls. Like I said, I don't want to victim blame, because a lot of girls are operating from a space of survival, and so they're just doing anything to survive in this town in Hollywood, honey. It's a dark, 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 dark place. A dark place. What else is going on? Let's see. Hold on. Let's see. So that was Hugh Hefner and them. What is this? What is this with? Girl, I don't know what that is. Okay. Oh, Terrence Howard accused of attempting to extort producers on his film Triumph. This is from the Jasmine brand. What? It looks like Terrence Howard is involved in another lawsuit. The 52-year-old, I can't even, his face. Somebody in the comments said, baby, I hollered. Somebody in the comments said, them people lying, man. Oh my God. The actor is being accused of delaying the release of the film Triumph, which is set to raise money for cerebral palsy. According to Radar Online, Howard's former film partners are ordering him to recant the cease and desist letters he once released. As previously reported in May 2021, Terrence Howard sent the cease and desist letter to Cinemark, Digital Ignition Entertainment, Argonaut Entertainment Partners, and others for allegedly using his name, image, and likeness within the movie Triumph without his permission. According to the cease and desist letter, Terrence's involvement in the film was conditioned upon the satisfaction of material, monetary, and non-monetary promises made by the producers, which never happened. Howard is now being accused of trying to shake down the producers for more money for the project. The film Triumph was inspired by a true story about a determined high school senior strives to be a wrestler one last time despite having cerebral palsy. The film features Terrence Howard and co-stars Breaking Bad star RJ Might. It was released in April 2020, but only in limited theaters due to Howard's alleged threats. Reportedly, producers say Howard originally agreed to the film for 7 days for 15% of the net profits and 5% donated to the Cerebral Palsy Foundation. The producers of the film claim Howard was being difficult before production even began. The suit details how the actor allegedly demanded $75,000 days before the cameras started rolling. Howard was reportedly paid up front to avoid the film being delayed. He said, "Y'all not gonna use my picture to bring in the money." Child, that just sounds like some regular stuff. Don't use my likeness. Isn't that what's her name was saying? What's her name? Let's talk about Mary J. Blige real quick. Mary J. Blige said she had to pay herself the highest compliments in order to get her confidence back. Would say, "Good morning, gorgeous. I love you. I got you. I need you." Look at Mary J. Blige. That's a bad bitch. That's a bad bitch. Come on, bitch. That's a bad bitch. Come on, Mary. Oh, boy, you bring me joy. Neighbors. Mary J. Blige is from the Neighborhood Talk. Mary J. Blige is giving us some pointers on how to love yourself. In her recent interview with Elle magazine, she shares how during her divorce in 2016, she would have to give herself positive affirmations to push through the dark days. Mary J has always been transparent about her struggles with self-confidence, whether that's in her music or in her interviews. She shared with Elle that when she was at her lowest during her marriage to Kendu Isaacs, she felt so defeated and abused emotionally that she would have to find the strength to look in the mirror and say, "Good morning, gorgeous." Yes, come on. "I had to pay myself the highest compliments, even if I didn't believe it, just so I can build myself up," Blige said. "I would do it in the morning because that's the time when your hair is not done, when you don't have any makeup, you're just kind of dealing with yourself for real. Good morning, gorgeous. I love you. I got you. I need you." Mary J says she continues to constantly affirm herself in her newfound single life almost 6 years after her divorce. She is currently gearing up to release her new album, Good Morning Gorgeous, soon, as well as perform during the 2022 Pepsi Super Bowl halftime show, along with Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Eminem, and Kendrick Lamar. Oh, that is beautiful. Yeah, y'all got to say your affirmations in the morning. Say your affirmations in the morning, even if it's one or two, even if it's that. If you like, I don't know what to say, use Mary's. You'll come up with something. Just say them in the morning, whenever, even if it's in the middle of anything, just whenever you feel the need to like a boost. Give yourself kind words. I think that's awesome. Awesome, awesome. We love Mary. Come on, Good Morning Gorgeous. I love it. So that's the name of her album. That's beautiful. That is so beautiful. That kind of warmed my heart. Shout out to Mary J. Blige. Anyways, y'all, take care of each other. Protect your energy. Let's get down in the comments. Say your affirmations. Peace.